Welcome back for another deep dive. And today we are tackling something really important for Australian migration agents. It's all about their websites
Yeah.
and making them really work for them.
Right.
Now, you sent me this blog post.
Yeah.
It was just chock full of tips from Now Technology Systems.
It's a good one.
And I have to say, it is a goldmine.
It is. It's a great resource for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
So in the world of migration,
Yeah.
where trust and expertise are so important, having a,
Yeah.
really top-notch website
Definitely.
is just not an option.
No, it's essential.
It's essential.
It really is these days. Because think about it. People are going online first
Right.
to find migration assistance,
Absolutely.
to find answers to their questions,
Yeah.
and to research potential migration agents.
Exactly.
So if you don't have a strong online presence,
Yeah.
you're really missing out.
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting about this blog post. They really drive that home
Yeah.
right from the start. Talking about first impressions,
Yeah.
which really resonated with me because often your website is someone's first interaction
Exactly.
with your business.
Absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, think of it this way, right? You're a potential client.
Yeah.
You're feeling totally overwhelmed
Oh, yeah?
by the visa process.
Absolutely.
Maybe you've been researching, you're feeling a little lost,
Yep.
and then you stumble upon a website
Right.
that looks dated.
Yeah.
It's hard to navigate. Maybe it doesn't even work properly on your phone,
Oh, I hate that.
right?
Ugh.
It's like,
It's 2024.
yeah, come on.
Get with the program.
Exactly.
So what would you do as a potential client in that situation?
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I would probably bounce right off that website.
Yeah, me too.
And I would go look for someone else
Yeah.
who seems like they're more on top of things.
More on top of things. Exactly. Someone who's invested in their online presence
Right.
and someone who seems like they understand the importance of user experience.
And that competitive edge that
Exactly.
they talk about.
It is.
Right.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of people think that having a beautiful website is just about, aesthetics.
Right.
It's about looking pretty.
Yeah. Just about appearances.
But it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
It's really about building that initial trust
Right.
with potential clients and giving them that feeling of,
Right.
I can trust this person.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Like they've got it together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's about building trust
yes.
and making people feel confident
Thank
about
you.
choosing you.
Absolutely. And speaking of trust,
Yes.
the blog post goes on to talk about content.
Right. And the importance of having, content that really resonates with people who are looking for migration assistance.
Yeah. So what stood out to you there?
Well, they talked a lot about blog posts.
Mm-hmm.
Having informative blog posts that break down the visa process,
Right.
that address common concerns, that, maybe share success stories.
Like real world examples.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all about,
Yeah.
positioning yourself as the expert.
Yeah.
Showing that you understand
Right.
the challenges and aspirations.
Yeah. And I love that they talk about the client testimonials
Oh, yes.
because those can be so powerful.
They are so powerful.
Like just seeing, that someone else has gone through this process and had success
Yeah.
can be so encouraging.
Absolutely. It's like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
And it's not just, like feel-good stories.
Right. Yeah.
It's social proof,
Yeah.
right? It shows potential clients that you've actually helped people achieve their goals.
Right.
And that you know what you're talking about.
I love it. Okay, so we've got the visuals. We've got the content.
Yeah.
Now, how do we make sure people can actually find the website? Enter the world of SEO.
The dreaded SEO.
I'll admit.
Yeah.
It can feel like a black box.
Can be a bit mysterious.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
But the blog post does a good job of kind of breaking it down
Yeah.
and making it feel a little less intimidating.
Yeah. They do a good job of explaining it.
We do.
In simple terms.
Yeah, so how would you explain SEO?
Well, think of SEO as the language that you need to speak so that search engines like Google understand what your website is about, right? So it's all about optimizing your website so that it shows up in the search results when people are searching for things related to migration to Australia.
Okay, so Now, Technology Systems talks about a few different aspects of SEO. What are some of the key ones?
Well, one of the most important things is keyword research.
Okay.
And that basically means figuring out what terms your potential clients are actually typing into Google.
But like, what are people actually searching for?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So for example, if someone is looking for help with a partner visa, they might search for partner visa Australia requirements or something like that.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
And so by using those specific keywords in your website content, you're signaling to Google that your website is relevant to those searches.
It's all about being relevant.
It is. It's about relevance.
What people are actually searching for.
Yes. And it's about speaking Google's language.
Got it.
Right? Because Google has its own language.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about algorithms and data.
Right.
So you need to speak that language.
Okay, so keyword research is like the first step.
Yeah, it's one of the first steps.
Okay, what else did they mention?
Well, they also talked about on-page optimization.
Okay.
And that's all about fine-tuning the technical elements of your website.
Like the nuts and bolts, kind of?
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
So things like making sure your page titles and descriptions are clear and enticing.
Yeah.
Because those are the little snippets of text that appear in the search results.
Right, like when you do a Google search.
Exactly.
And all those little blurbs come up.
Exactly. And you want yours to stand out.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like the first impression.
It is. It's like the first impression within the first impression.
Wow. First impression inception.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
So you want to make sure
those
page titles and descriptions are really optimized for the keywords that you're targeting.
Gotcha.
And that they're really compelling so that people actually want to click on your website.
Okay, what else?
Well, for migration agents specifically, local SEO is huge.
Okay.
You know, because people who are searching for migration assistance, they typically want to find someone in their local area.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. Okay. So you need to make sure that your website shows up when people search for things like migration agent Melbourne.
Yeah.
Or migration agent Sydney.
Got it.
You know, whatever city you're in.
Yeah, so that's where having like consistent business listings across the web comes in.
Yeah, having your business listed on all the relevant directories.
Right.
And making sure all that information is consistent. So your name, your address, your phone number, all that stuff is consistent across all those platforms.
And encouraging reviews.
Yes. Encouraging reviews is so important.
Because those are like votes of confidence.
They are. They're like little gold stars that tell Google that your business is legitimate and trustworthy.
Okay. So reviews are good for SEO.
They are very good for SEO.
And we were talking about, you know, votes of confidence earlier, that they help build trust with potential clients.
Yeah.
And, you know, it all kind of comes full circle.
It does.
Because building trust and credibility is so essential.
Absolutely.
In the world of migration.
It's paramount.
Yeah. And now Technology Systems really emphasizes that.
They do.
When they talk about showcasing adherence to Australian regulations.
Right, right. And it's not just about, you know, ticking boxes and meeting the legal requirements. It's about going above and beyond to really demonstrate transparency and giving potential clients that peace of mind.
Right, because think about it.
Yeah.
You're about to make potentially the biggest decision of your life.
Yeah, a huge decision.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. Absolutely. So you want to know that the person guiding you through this process is not only knowledgeable, but they're also operating, you know, ethically.
With integrity. Yeah, absolutely.
With the highest standards.
Yeah. You want to know that you can trust them.
Yes.
Right.
Completely.
And so things like displaying your migration agent license number.
Right.
Having clear terms of service.
Yeah.
Outlining your privacy policy. These are all really important.
It's like when you go to the doctor.
Yes.
And you see all their diplomas and certifications on the wall.
Yeah, you instantly feel more confident.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Like, okay, this person knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I can trust them.
Yeah, they've got the credentials.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the same with a website.
Absolutely.
Or a migration agent.
It's about building that trust.
Yeah.
Right from the start.
Yeah, and you know what else builds trust?
What's that?
Reviews.
And the blog post actually talks about this.
They do.
They suggest actively encouraging clients to leave reviews as part of the SEO strategy.
It's a great strategy.
Because it's like, hey,
Yeah.
Don't just take our word for it.
Right.
Hear what other people...
Hear what our clients have to say.
Right.
And, in a field like migration, where it's so personal and emotionally charged, those reviews can really make a difference.
It can be so powerful.
Absolutely, because you're not just making a decision about, a product or a service.
Right.
You're making a decision that could impact
your whole life.
Your entire life.
Yeah, your future.
Your family's future, right?
So,
So seeing that other people have had positive experiences can really give potential clients
that extra reassurance.
That extra boost of confidence to reach out.
And that's that social proof again. Right. It's like choosing a tour guide.
Yes.
If you see that a tour guide has hundreds of 5-star reviews, you're way more likely to trust them than a tour guide who only have a couple of lukewarm reviews.
And especially if those reviews talk about similar experiences to what you're looking for.
Exactly.
If you're looking for a tour guide to take you to a specific place and you see reviews from people who've been there, you're like, okay.
Yeah. I can trust them.
I can trust them.
They know what they're doing.
They know the terrain.
Yeah, exactly.
They know the ins and outs.
Yeah, so we've talked about first impressions, compelling content, SEO essentials, the importance of local visibility, building trust, leveraging the power of reviews.
It's all connected.
It is all connected.
Yeah.
So what else?
Well, there's one more piece of the puzzle that I think is really important.
Okay, lay it on me.
And that is data.
Data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, using data to understand how people are interacting with your website.
Okay, so whenever I hear data, and Google Analytics, my eyes kind of glaze over a little.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just...
It can be a bit overwhelming.
It can be.
Yeah.
A little intimidating.
All those numbers and charts and graphs.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a tech whiz.
You don't have to be.
Okay. But the blog post makes it sound a little less scary.
Yeah, they do a good job of simplifying it.
Okay, cool.
So think of it this way.
Okay.
You've put all this effort into creating this amazing website. Right?
Hopefully amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you know what's actually working?
That is a good question.
Right. Like, are people finding the information they need?
Yeah.
Are they clicking on your calls to action? Are they staying on your website?
Yeah.
Or are they bouncing right off?
Right.
Well,
so those are all good questions.
Those are all important questions.
Yeah.
And Google Analytics can give you those answers.
Okay, so it's about getting insights.
It is.
Into how people are actually using the website.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about understanding user behavior.
Yeah.
And using that information to
make improvements.
Make improvements, exactly. Yes. So it's not just about, looking at numbers on a screen.
Right.
It's about taking action.
Okay.
Based on those numbers.
So give me an example.
Okay, so let's say you notice that a lot of people are landing on a particular blog post.
Okay.
But then they're leaving quickly.
Okay.
That might tell you that maybe the content isn't quite hitting the mark.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not structured in a user-friendly way.
Okay. So maybe you need some tweaking.
Maybe you need some tweaking,
Okay.
And you need to rewrite it.
Right.
Maybe you need to
make it more visually appealing.
Make it more visually appealing. Yeah. Add some images.
Okay.
Break up the text a little bit. Add a clear call to action at the end.
Right. So they know what to do next.
Exactly. So Google Analytics can really help you identify those areas where you can improve your website.
So it's like having a secret window.
It is. It's like a little spy camera on your website showing you how people are interacting with it.
Okay. So it's not just for techies.
No, not at all.
It's for anyone.
It's for anyone who has a website and wants to make it better.
Yeah, because ultimately it's about attracting clients.
Exactly.
And growing the business.
And making data-driven decisions that lead to tangible results.
I love the data-driven decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
Everything from first impressions to data analytics.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. But I think it's time for us to maybe shift gears a little and kind of distill some of these key takeaways.
Sounds good to me.
For our listener.
Yeah, let's give everyone a moment to process all this information.
Yeah, right. Okay, welcome back. I hope you all had a chance to digest all that amazing information.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Everything from first impressions to data analytics.
Right.
And what's so fascinating is it's not just about technical tweaks.
Yeah.
It's about understanding.
It's about understanding people.
Your audience.
Yeah. It's about putting yourself in the shoes of those potential clients.
Those people who are looking for guidance.
Who are feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed by the whole process.
Stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about creating an online presence.
That builds trust.
That instills confidence.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's really about empowering those migration agents.
Yes.
To create websites that not only attract clients, but also provide them with that sense of confidence and reassurance.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's distill some key takeaways.
Okay, let's do it.
From our deep dive today.
Okay.
What stands out to you as the most important point?
I think the biggest takeaway is that a well-optimized website can be a total game changer.
Absolutely.
For a migration agent.
Yeah.
It's not just,
It's not just a digital brochure.
A brochure.
Yeah, it's a dynamic tool.
Yeah, it's a tool for attracting clients, building credibility.
Building your brand.
Growing the business.
Yeah, and what's great is that it doesn't have to be this overwhelming, complicated thing. There are simple steps that migration agents can take today to start seeing results.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some of those steps.
All right, let's break it down.
What jumps out at you as the most important?
We talked about first impressions.
Yeah.
Making that first impression count.
Huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So think about user experience. Think about, inviting someone into your office.
Right.
You want your website to feel welcoming, warm, inviting.
Easy to navigate.
Easy to navigate, visually appealing.
Yeah. And mobile friendly.
Oh my gosh. Mobile friendly is so important these days.
It is, because people are on their phones all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So if your website's not mobile friendly, you're basically telling those potential clients to go away.
You're like, I don't want your business.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's huge.
It's a big one.
Another one.
Make sure your contact information is front and center.
Easy to find.
Easy to find.
Yeah.
Your phone number, your email address.
Have a contact form.
Contact form, make it super easy for people to reach out.
Because if they can't find you, they can't hire you.
Exactly.
Okay, so contact info.
Contact info.
Very important. Strong calls to action.
Oh, yes.
What do you want people to do?
Yeah, what's the goal?
When they land on your website.
What do you want them to do?
Yeah, do you want them to...
Schedule a consultation.
Download a free guide.
Download a resource.
Whatever it is, make it clear.
Make it crystal clear.
And tell them what to do.
Tell them what to do, exactly.
Okay, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't be shy about showcasing your expertise.
Yes.
Yeah, share your qualifications.
Share your experience.
Yeah.
Your unique approach.
Yeah.
What sets you apart.
Right, because you are the expert.
You are
the expert.
Own it.
Own it, and don't forget the power of storytelling.
Oh, yes, stories.
Stories are so powerful.
Client testimonials.
Yeah.
Case studies. Even personal anecdotes.
Yeah.
These can be so effective.
It makes you relatable.
Relatable, approachable human.
Yeah, and people want to know that you understand their challenges.
Yeah, they want to know that you've helped other people.
Right.
In similar situations.
Okay, so we've talked about user experience. Clear contact info.
Calls to action.
Showcasing expertise. Storytelling. Anything else?
Well, we touched on SEO.
Yes.
But I think it's worth reiterating that this is an ongoing process.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not a one and done.
No, it's not a set it and forget it.
Right.
You need to be constantly refining.
Like tending a garden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to water it. You got to weed it.
You got to nurture it.
You got to give it sunlight.
Right. And as your business evolves, your website should evolve with it.
Exactly.
It's so true.
So stay up to date on the latest trends. Experiment with different strategies.
Right.
And you know what? Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it.
Absolutely.
There are so many resources available.
There are. There are so many experts out there.
There are experts out there who can help you with all of this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we've thrown a lot of information at our listener today.
A lot of great tips and strategies.
But if they could only focus on one thing, what would you recommend?
That's a great question.
It is.
If I had to pick just one, I would say make sure your website is mobile friendly.
Yes.
That is
fundamental.
The foundation.
It is.
It's so important.
Because like we said, people are on their phone.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah. So that's step one.
Yeah, and you can test it yourself.
You can pull out your phone right now.
Right now.
Go to your website
Yeah.
and see what it looks like.
If it's janky,
If it's clunky,
you know where to start.
you know where to start.
And from there,
Yeah.
they can start tackling some of these other strategies we've discussed.
Exactly.
Optimizing their content,
Building backlinks.
getting those backlinks.
Maybe dipping their toes into Google Analytics.
Yeah, baby steps.
Baby steps.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is a marathon.
Right.
But even small steps can make a big difference.
That's right.
It's all about progress, not perfection.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all about taking action.
Yes.
Even if it's just one small step at a time.
Like one step at a time.
And who knows, that one small step
right.
might lead to
could lead to huge growth.
a giant leap
Exactly.
for their business.
I love it. And before we wrap up
Yeah.
this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave our listener with this thought.
All right, hit me.
Your website is your online home.
Ooh.
I like that.
Make it welcoming.
Yes.
Make it informative.
Make it a reflection of you.
Make it a reflection of your passion and expertise.
Absolutely.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
make it a place where potential clients feel confident
Confident and inspired.
and inspired to take that next step.
Yes. Beautifully said.
Okay.
All right. So on that note,
Yeah.
we'll leave you to explore the resources we've mentioned and to start putting these strategies into action. Remember,
Yeah.
even small changes can make a big impact.
That's right.
So go out there
Yeah.
and create a website that truly reflects
Yeah.
the amazing work you do.
Yes. And that's a wrap
That's a wrap.
on another deep dive
Another deep dive.
into the world of migration.
Yes.
We hope you found this episode
Insightful.
insightful, inspiring,
Inspiring.
and maybe even a little bit empowering.
And if you have any questions,
Yeah.
please don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And until next time,
Happy optimizing.
happy optimism.